Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today it's time for an urban world. This is a very popular map created by Mapper, which puts us in urban locations all over the world. So should be interesting because we always find ourselves in a city, somewhere where we got lots of clues to guess from and lots of options there. So without further ado, let's hit play, give ourselves the usual 3 minutes 30. Start the game and see how we do. Okay, the first location is just loading. And look at this, some interesting clues here. Folks are mostly African looking, so think that that's a good place to start. At least we've got the continent to begin with. But don't recognize much else here, so we can't see the car, for example, that we've got. Pretty major sort of metropolitan area, that's for sure. We've got this overground railway here, so let's come along the bridge. Is it a railway? Well, it could be a main road. Some yellow taxis, which I don't recognize, to be honest with you, but some billboards here. So why don't we go past this billboard, turn ourselves around and take a look at it, see what they're advertising. Trident, long-lasting gum from Cadbury's. English speaking here, definitely. So that's an interesting one. Looks like we're sort of at a busy market square. So what do we have here? Registration center, national ID card, and I think that that's the Nigerian flag. So that puts us in Nigeria, which is good too. So then it's a question of which city in Nigeria. Looks like this could be a train station here, which would mean that that overground thing was a railway of some kind. I wonder if there's a sign on by this station as to what it's called. If there is, that should help. We can try Lagos to begin with and see what we find. Doesn't feel like we're necessarily by the coast or anything, which Lagos is, so could be in, I don't know, Abuja or somewhere else. There's a sign here. We've gone quite far past that railway stop just already. What does that say? Lagos state government, perhaps. So that helps. We've quite quickly narrowed that one down then. To Lagos. This is presumably Lagos state is here. So we're looking for something maybe on the outskirts of the city with a train line. Let's see if we can see some railways. And here is an option. There is a railway, for example, going sort of overground. It lines up with this street here. So we're possibly on this street. Does it peel away? Because the street definitely peeled away before. Just looking for that, and here it does. Are we possibly at this station? Agege station? Not quite, I don't think. But, you know, not far off, I don't think there. Maybe a bit closer to town. Because I've got more of a feeling that we're by some major sort of expressway. So the road we're on is going northeast to southwest. And there we are, 10 miles away. We didn't quite land that one, unfortunately. But we were close, and we possibly would have found that in just a bit longer. So there we were, on the Lagos Badagry Expressway. Close enough. Next round. 3 minutes 30 really flies by. It really does. That did not feel long at all. What do we have here? Syndiska Denuncia, SP Trans, Sambabiba, and AR. So maybe AR for Argentina there, not sure. Saint Augusta Restaurante. Sounds Spanish. We got the Santander Bank. What is that? A Europe car rental place. See a street sign down there. Let's go for it and try and find out what we've got here. A time Sto Amaro Don't recognize those, but could be Argentina. Here we go. Prefeitura de Sao Paulo. So that puts us in Sao Paulo in Brazil, most likely. Let's get in there and just try and pull that one out. Yes, see it there. Excellent. Not sure where in Sao Paulo. Quite a complex city. I mean, look at these roads. It's the opposite of the United States in that sense. But we'll put a pin in the middle to sort of even out our guesses for the time being, and try and find out at least this junction here. See if we can see a street sign. And we can. Oh no, that just says prohibited. Do we see a street sign anywhere? Yes, Unidos, as in like Estados Unidos maybe. And Colombia. So Estados Unidos. I'm going to say that puts us pretty central. Avenue San Juan. Unlikely that we'll find this one immediately, but Colombia and Estados Unidos, best bet we've got here at the moment. So keeping with my central guess for now, I would imagine that, a street called the United States is, pretty close to the center, and Colombia for that matter as well. So, two names of countries. So interesting, they name their roads after some countries. Minute to go. The time is flying away, and don't see it. Got Rue de la Independencia here. And I don't see a Estados Unidos yet, or a Colombia for that matter. What is this? Not sure. Just zooming out there a little bit to try and get some different view on things. That's a bit more orderly there, isn't it? The street structure, and I don't think we're there necessarily. So, not sure. Without much further ado, I might just take a guess. We've got here Amazonas. Maybe that helps. Amazonas, no. Not quite. 8 seconds to go. 3 minutes 30. Really flew away there. Don't see exactly where we are, but going for the guess in Sao Paulo. And that's where we were. Southwest. It was probably did come up. Unfortunately, didn't see it. We've got Avenue Europa there. If we'd have seen that one, we maybe would have zeroed in on this slot as well. But didn't see that, although it probably did slip by us on the view. So, next round. Honestly, it feels like the last 2 rounds, it felt like there was no middle section because, like the minute 2 didn't exist or something because, my goodness, it was fast. This is definitely the Netherlands. Doorgang Verkeer, is Dutch for sure. We've also got the cars there with the yellow plates out front. Not sure where in the Netherlands this could be. It sort of doesn't feel like Amsterdam, so possibly The Hague is an option. I think I'll go with The Hague if I don't get anywhere else. Few clues up here, so let's see what we can do. What do these say? Nachtegalstra and Burge Registra. So I think there's a registra as in straats. Straats being streets. Still pretty confident with The Hague at the moment. Again, because it doesn't quite have that Amsterdam feel to it. So we'll go with that, and we just need to explore around a bit and try and see if we come across anything recognizable. So we have to put a pin down as well in a second. Advocaten, Nachtgeistrat. What is this? There's quite a crest here on the side of this car. Egro. No, I think that's just a butcher's car. What does that say? BV&V. No, not sure there. Lucasberg, Witteraustraat. Some more clues there. And this is quite a big building, so I wonder what this is. Does this yield us any clues? Need to stand back a bit and look at it, but it's got some signage at the front. Don't seem to be able to get away from it enough to see it. Peter Schmidt. Doing business there, wherever that is. We'll find out in just a second whether we get the guess right or not. But do need to put down a safety pin at some point to land the guess, that's for sure. Going to try and continue down this road if we can, but it doesn't seem like we can actually get onto it. We're sort of off it just for a second, which is a bit frustrating. So, not sure about this one. Big square here as well. Don't recognize this, so not sure of the end location. Could mean that we're not in The Hague, which is somewhere that I'm just more familiar with, but going back to the beginning actually, which might mean that we're in Rotterdam or somewhere else. Regardless, I need to put down a safety pin, at least to get us going, so let's get in there. And I'll start with The Hague, although, as I've said, we could be in Rotterdam or, frankly, anywhere else. We haven't had any clues, really, as to the city centre that we're in. 3 seconds to go, so the time is up. Again, it has flown by. And we were actually in Utrecht. Okay. Good city, Utrecht. Just not one that I recognise personally. So, didn't quite land that one, unfortunately. If we had one clue that said Utrecht or U even, I might have gone for that, but no, we did not. Jury's in here, so this feels British to me. Air duct hygienics. We are driving on the left and sitting on the right, so that's good. Goch Trio Ail. So that is, I think, Irish. So that helps. Jury's in. Got a few clues here, so try and figure this one out. Kaaloxana, car park, science yard, Spanish Arch. What does this say? Oh. That's frustrating. I really wanted to read. Is that this train thing that we saw? Look, some big waterway here actually that we were on. So, wonder if that yields us any clues. In memory of mariners, life at sea, lost at sea, sorry. And this is the clue I was looking for. What is this? Departs from Jury's Inn. GalwayTourismTrain.com. Excellent. That puts us in exactly the right town as well. So Ireland. Galway is on the west coast of Ireland. Here it is. Oh, that guess from high above was actually pretty good. We're going to get there. And then we're going to figure out which bridge we're on by looking at the locations here. We're looking for, we could see Galway Circuit Court, perhaps. This was maybe the one. Galway Bus Stop. Is there a Jury's Inn? We're looking for a Jury's Inn. And don't see one there. Let's just go back to the start and work out from the geography of these bridges what we're looking at. So there's bridges there, and then that's to the north, and it sort of bends around to the east, and out to the southeast. We're really going out to sea there, so we can kind of see the mouth even. So does that put us here? Yes, it does. There's the Jury's Inn. So we were on the Wolf Tone Bridge. Excellent. Well, that's been some pretty quick clue finding. Just going back to the start exactly to try and figure that one out. Looking north, we can see a bridge ahead of us. Is there one there? Yes, there is. O'Brien's Bridge. Excellent. And we're just off, aren't we? Just sort of on the bridge there. So I think we've got that right. And we should be looking to the east at the Jury's Inn, which yes, we are. Excellent. Going for the guess. And we've got that pretty spot on, actually, so happy with that. Final round. This looks Eastern European. these big apartment blocks. Very Eastern European. This could be a tough one though, because it's unlikely I'll recognize many clues as to where we are or much else for that matter. So can we get out of here? Yes, we can. Possibly down here. Ooh. There we go. On a more main road already. And don't recognize that the writing there, to be honest, at all. So let's keep progressing. We do have cars with, European plates with the blue there, so that makes a bit of sense. But this is the one I'm least confident about so far, to be honest. The folk don't look too sort of Russian, to be honest. We do have some Cyrillic. So I wonder where that puts us. Possibly in Bulgaria. Just clicking around now, trying to... Oh, okay. Well, we seem to have moved on a bit there. Not quite sure how we did. But we're now in a market square, it would seem. And wonder what there is for us in the way of clues here. Not much. I'm going with Bulgaria at the moment. Just because it doesn't feel Russian to me, and it's got a slightly different vibe to it. It's very green and leafy. And the writing that we did see on one or two signs there just didn't quite line up with being sort of Russian to me, if I'm honest. So I really want to get onto this main road, and it seems we can't click there. So I think I'll leave it at that for now and go with a guess on this one instead of a really informed clue. Let's get to Bulgaria, and possibly, we'll say we're in Sofia, shall we? We're on the outskirts, perhaps. We've headed south. We can see a main road in front of us. So, let's say it's this one, and let's say we started at somewhere in here. That might be right. Okay, guess. And it wasn't right. We were correct though about Bulgaria, so I'm happy with that. We were in Plovdiv. Could have selected that city too. Frankly, it was random. I went for Sofia because it's the one I recognize most, but didn't have any further guesses, any further clues there, and I think actually did pretty well despite that. So, view the summary. Well, look, that game seemed to fly by. We had Lagos, Sao Paulo, what was the third one there? Utrecht, Galway, and Plovdiv in Bulgaria as well. So on the whole, 24,281, a pretty good round, especially under the time constraints. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video.